Hello, folks. This is Mr. Walker here, coming to you with our notes for today. So, let's talk about our fourth topic of our unit. We're talking again about algebraic properties of equality. Now, we talked about this at the beginning of the year, but this is just a quick review because we got to use these for our last and final topic of our unit, which is proofs. So, let's go over these one more time. All right, starting at the top, we got the reflexive property of equality. That lets you know if A, then A equals A. So something is always equal to itself. That is just something we know for a while. Now, next one we got is symmetric property of equality. If A equals B, then B equals A. Basically, whichever way you have your equation, you can flip it around and it'll still be the same. Just make sure that you keep up with your signs. Next one we got is the transitive property. So if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C because these two both equal B. So there's no reason to say that they can't equal each other also. All right, next couple ones are just what we use for algebra in general. So we have our addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division property. Essentially, we all start off with A equals B. And then if we want to keep these equivalent, that means that whatever action we do to one side has to be done to the other side. So if A equals B for the addition property, A plus C is equal to B plus C. You already know that C is the same letter, and you know that these two, A and B, were both equal before. So adding the same thing to both sides should still keep it equal. Likewise to that, we also got subtraction. If we are subtracting the same thing from two things that are equal, it should still be equal. Then same thing goes for multiplying and dividing. Now these are things that we've been doing in algebra with solving our equations. We just haven't necessarily called it as it is. So these are the technical names to the things that we've been doing so far. Now our last two properties we have are the distributive property and the substitution property. The distributive property, you know, if you have a number outside of a set of parentheses with an operation inside, that can be multiplied times everything that is inside of this set of parentheses, and it should still be the same. Now, the last one is what we use for when we check our work in algebra. So if A equals B, then B can replace A in any expression. So anywhere I see A, I can put B. So what we got on the front of our notes is just a guide to all of our different things. And on the inside, we have a couple properties that we are going to just identify. All right, let's scroll this over so y'all can see. We'll do the first couple, and then I'll leave you to the rest. All right, so here's our first two. First one says if x divided by 3 equals -2, then x equals -6. Now, this is very clearly dividing over here. So to undo division, we're multiplying, which makes this the multiplication property of equality. If you put multiplication, I'll accept that because I understand what you're saying. Now, over here, we have if 4x minus 1 equals -12, then 4x equals -11. This is the addition property of equality. See how we have the -1 over here at the beginning, but over at the end, we don't have a -1 with our 4x. That's because we added it to the other side. So again, identifying these properties are just telling me what is happening, what is occurring. Look at what's happening. Tell me what's good. All right, our next two that we got for 3, it says if m equals 2, then 2 equals m. All we did was switch what side of the equal sign these two things were. So that is the symmetric property. And then on 4, we have 2 outside of our parenthesis with 4x minus 3, and it equals 8. Then we have 8x minus 6 equals -8. This right here is clearly doing the distributive property. Nothing happened to the -8 on the other side of the equal sign. And both of these two numbers here ended up increasing by a factor of 2. So that is the distributive property. Now you have a couple more that you're going to have to do, but I'm going to leave you to it, okay? Check your answers online, and you should be fine. I'll see y'all later.